Hello friends, views and reviews are here for you, and today I wanted to talk about meat eating and vegetarianism. I have 2 hours of drive ahead of me and actually nothing to do, and just wanted to share some thoughts with you guys. Let's say a few words about being vegetarian. Actually, it's a good thing, and main advantages are that food passes through your stomach and intestine, through all your guts faster, cleans you a lot, and it's a good prophylaxis for oncology, or even for allergies, or for any other type of disease. And probably many people who got into vegetarian diet, they noticed changes in their health and they felt a little bit better from before. And regarding the nutrients and everything, so if you put together your diet, we can say, on a scientific way, and there is enough of grains or vegetables that really supply you with all important stuff for your life. And if you're looking at the cultures, like, let's go to the history, and you will see, if you go to India, there's so many people, they are just pure vegetarians, they don't eat any meat, and they survive and they really live without any problems there. But if you look a little wider, you'll see that there's just the simple people, right? So who work, or maybe agriculture or any other way. But people who are protecting those people, who are law enforcement, police, any type of security, so who do some tough physical job, people who has to live in extreme conditions, for them is almost impossible to survive without meat. And let's go to the practical part. So what to do for us? What is it for us? What can we do to use our food in a balanced way? Main topic of my channel is survival, and food is a very important part of survival. Survival, self-help. So this is where you can help yourself. Again, going back to the East, to the Eastern philosophy, to the Eastern medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, they are dividing people into 3 different categories: Rajaguna, Tamaguna, and Sattva-guna. So Tamaguna, people who are more on the side of emotions, on the past, people who can go easily into depression, people who cry about stuff, people who are easily who can easily get into psychosomatic disease, or getting different type of psychosomatic disease. So that's what we can say, people who are in Tamaguna, or we can call them also left-sided people. And if you look at the diet of many of these people, many of the people who are on the left side, who are in Tamaguna, they are vegetarians. So with this type of diet, they're not doing good for themselves. We'll talk about this later. Let's talk about the Rajaguna. So basically people who are in sports, law enforcement, who work hard physically, who work hard mentally, people who organize others. People who think and plan. This is people who are in Rajaguna. People who are in business a lot. So we can say people are in Rajaguna, on the right side. And then we have people who are more in the center, or they can use the power of emotions, they can use the power of mind and planning and future, but they are not going into extreme. We call them Sattva Guna. So what about diet? How we can bring people into balance? So our goal to get people more into the center, into Sattva Guna. And let's talk about diet. So people who are in the left, in emotions, into emotional side of life, who are more into depression, who likes to cry, etc., etc. So for those type of people, good to eat meat once in a while, or maybe quite often. And this type of diet will make these people more joyous. It will make these people not to take any aggression upon themselves, and it will make other people who lives around those people also more joyous, more comfortable. So for balance, this type of people, good to eat meat for them once in a while, or almost every day. It's also good. So let's look at people who are on the right side, who are let's say fighters, people who are thinkers, etc. Who use the mind, who use the physical body, who work hard physically and mentally, who plan a lot, who organize others, who aggress others. If you look at diet of those people, many of them, they cannot think about living without meat. But if you want to make your life more joyous, more comfortable, joyous life of people that are living around you, your family, your co-workers, it might be good to limit the amount of meat you are consuming, and you will see. So you will move towards the center, you will move towards balance. So for balance, those type of people, good to not to eat meat once in a while, or maybe just switch it towards vegetarian diet, especially people who lives in the West. And people who are already in the center, I have nothing to recommend. They're already good, so they can eat what they want. All right, so because they're not going into the extremes, so they can eat meat, they can eat veggies, they can be vegetarians sometime, they can eat meat for some time, because they know what to do, right? So my advices are not for them. Regarding what type of meat good to eat, so again, in the East, in India, they would not eat beef and they would not eat pork for different reasons. Beef is considered sacred. It's a sacred cow, so they will not eat meat of cow. And pig considered dirty animal, so they basically, with the meat of pig, with pork, you can get lots of disease. You can get parasites. So that's up to you what to accept, what to not. But in general, it's recommended that you don't eat meat of animals that are bigger than you, bigger in size. So try to switch to meat that of the animals that are smaller. So any type of birds, chicken, turkey, great, goat, etc. So smaller animals is good. And actually there's a fact that people who eat lots of beef, they got lots of teeth problem. You see, yeah, when I was young I was eating lots of beef. So just kidding.
In 800 meters, turn right onto York-Durham line.
Yeah, so that's what it is in general. Try to experiment, figure out first what kind of person you are. Are you in Raja, Tamo, or Satya Guna? And then Sattva Guna. And then try to figure out what kind of diet is good for you. And yeah, just share it with us. Or share with us all your experiments. And maybe if you have any other thoughts, also you can share. Alright guys, thanks so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.